Yeah, right.
And you speak to the level, yeah.
So itini Bible qalengezithombe
Ali dealing with over there, nobody kill cats. But if he had to start, like who you know,
Yo. Okay, welcome to another episode of Sphola Nama Zotsho. This is Maneza F8, Mr. Red Cap with the red cap. This is where we are, Klonyaka Umcha, got 2023 first episode. Ndim apha ndihleli ne brother yam MellzDaGodd injubaqaka Facebook. What up?
Yo, I'm always good. I'm always good. Hey, yo, it's 2023, Machita. Shit about to get real.
We busy out here. You know, into esiyilibalayo kuba simcela ba-subscribe. Please go to that button and press that subscribe, hit that like button. Also, comment. As you know, comments zenu siyazi-attenda, siyaresponda. Also, main page ka Facebook esiyicreatileyo. So check that page out. Keep it lit. Keep your questions there. As besithumelele i-post basobane ndwendwe lethu namhlanje uMr IV. So besinithumelele bamfaka questions. So we're gonna check that out later on the show. Yeah, so that's what's up. So to introduce Mr. IV, Invisible Virus. Umnganam, what's up, my man?
hey, good.
Hayi kuhle welcome apha emazothweni kwatyani kwamdingo wanoqobo sifuna ukukhulula imbada zakuhlale phansi relax. This is home for you, and you know usuka eFili nathi sisefili. Yeah, we've been together for a long time, my nigga, so we had a lot to catch up on. So yeah, man, never relax. So yeah, man, what have you been up to?
Ndizibulisela nami ndiyamkelwe kakhulu ngamaZotsho namhlanje layo. So hayi akho na ucomplaina ngayo tula. Akho na ucomplaina ngayo tula. Ndiyabulela bhuti man bami benami eshowini.
Yeah.
Udala ngibukele, and it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times we spoke about this. Like, I think it's almost about a year now.
Yeah.
But the problem is that we can't ignore other things while we are
better.
Yeah, so we have to. So I'm glad you guys are having me on your podcast. Melz, you've been bombarding me on WhatsApp like non-stop like, about coming in, and I was like, what is this guy planning, man? And I thought there's something he's planning for sure. Like I need to be ready. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are having me on the show. Otherwise, yeah, NamaZotsho done for money to be
Yeah.
You know why when they bombard ku WhatsApp? It's because we had this idea as iqala le show ba sizothatha soqala ngefili yabo sithi, but then we thought, okay, no, let's qale encambini yabo, from OGs, of which it started there, but then ke ngoku OGs ezininzi after sizifumene sabhizi okanye azafumaneka. So we had to pass kwazi ufaka, you understand? Because we wanted umuntu wasefili kuqala, of which busy at that time. But all that matters is that
I'm here to
laugh.
I'm here to account. I'm parent.
You are here for the shits.
Yep, I'm here to account.
No, actually, you are here to celebrate. Mnganami yabo. Celebrate apha because Napo regard as one of the legends zalapha eFilipi. When it kasibala abantu baseFilipi abarapha igama laka songalifaki emnyeni wethu. Nabasikwazi ngaba siyazi nesithethayo. So sizokucelebrate i-achievements zakho, i-classic ozenzileyo, i-verses ozenzileyo, classic verses ozenzileyo all around the Cape Town. I-crew yakho yayintswembu nayeka ngehlobo nayeka ngalo sizafika apho. So sizokucelebrate nginam other than that, but yenye celebration izawuhamba nayo yonke into bisenzeka.
No favors up
Yabo. So career yakho uzothi ungathi uba ube semehlweni iqale ngexesha le Rvlin Clique kanye ungene ku Rvlin Clique sewusemehlweni wabanye.
Bram, honestly speaking, I think whatever it is I'm gonna say right now has to be. I have to thank first Usia. Not Usia comes later on. But I have to thank Rvlin Clique, but that comes later on. I have to thank Usia Tatatu, which is Mama's Kulaf, the guy who owned DangerZone. Because I feel like that's when I started rapping. But the person that was always on my back about that was Luz Boy, which was in a group called the Dirty Angels. I hated that name, but then I ended up embracing it because it was me, it was Luz, and there was Utera, a guy called Utera. Like there was 3 of us, and when we started rapping, but when we got to DangerZone, I got there because of Luz. Luz was the one he was a fan of his Sphola Camp at that time. Like, you know what? And then he actually thought that there could be 7 of us. Like, if you go to Sphola Camp, there has to be a chick that comes into the group and all that. That's the thing.
Why is Bonnie Sphola Camp?
Yeah. Because the thing is, he liked this Sphola Camp and he was Infa. You know, Infa was the hard one. He was like, I'm that guy. So I think everything that I have to say, I have to go back to those days. I'll see, and then took us in, and then we started making music. At that time, we were just making music without knowing that 2-3 years down the line, we probably fell apart and then we'll go somewhere else. But the near fact that we started something and then we started recording, and then there was music. Not only music, but that's when I started to know, okay, this is how you make a beat. This is how you put a 16. Because remember...
How to contract your verses.
Yeah. Remember... all those things, 16 bars. I didn't know anything about 16 bars and all that until I got to DangerZone. Because when I got to DangerZone, I was just writing for the sake of writing. I would write like the whole page and all that. Like, even for me, I was just rapping that for the sake of rapping. Because remember, we're mimicking the likes of Nas.
Yeah.
All these other guys that way. But at that time now, we knew that we were nowhere close to whatever it is that we're mimicking, but we liked that.
Yeah.
So ended up getting to DangerZone, and then that's when I started to know what is a 16, what is 8 bars, or how to actually contrast a beat and actually make it. So at that time I didn't know how to, but honestly speaking, the reason why I'm naming Usia Tukad, which is Ukulaf, Tasia is the guy that when you are recording, he'll make sure that he bangs the table whenever you fucking up and you have to go back again because he doesn't have time for that.
Yeah.
I was shit scared when I was recording. You have to make sure that you are prepared. Lucky enough, I think what worked for me is the fact that at school, I didn't cry a lot. At school, I didn't cry a lot. I feel like that's why with maths I wasn't that good. I was good because in subjects, but as far as math, I was that bad simply because I didn't cry. So I felt right at home when I got into hip hop because remember, with English, I would get 90% or even 100% because I was so used to actually writing. No, at school when they say that those unprepared speech, or even that's why I felt right at home. But the thing is, hip hop is a different proposition altogether because now you have to construct words in a way that you are rhyming now. It's no longer about you just writing something for the sake of writing. That means now you have to be careful of whatever it is that you are saying. You have to make sure that
now it sense
whatever
at the same time.
It has to. It has to make sense. It has to at the end of the day. So we got to DangerZone and Tasia welcomed us and then we started recording. We had we didn't release an album at that time, but we had about more than I think 15 to 20 songs because we were recording almost every day as the Angels. Because we come back from school. From school, I wouldn't even take off my uniform. I would just go to Damsian and then we started recording. It was nice. At that time, we were recording with Cool, no, that's not him. Cool, and he was next to
Got 20.
yeah, got 20. Yeah. So he, it's Couchin. So he was the guy who gave us the platform, and we that's when we knew how to actually write a verse and all that. And then that even shooting videos and all that we're using. I think it was around 2007, 6. But remember, I started 2003. So when Luz came to me, he came to me. I was writing at that time when he came to me. I was already writing, but remember, I didn't have a structure. The first joint I recorded, it was off what do they call it? A reggae beat, like a ragamuffin beat.
Yeah.
I was recorded by this other guy. I forgot his name. It was a long time. I think it was around 2004, where I recorded on top of a reggae beat. It was on a cassette. It was not even on a CD. It was on a cassette. It was just a cassette, man. And when I recorded that joint, it was more like, you know, those tapes, like those like tape decks, like something like that.
Yeah.
Those tape decks.
Yeah.
I was recording on top, and then when I had that thing that I recorded on that, damn, I was so proud. I thought it was the best shit ever. I thought that was the best shit ever. I want to find out, no, man, this is just start relax.
You need to chill.
Be chilled, yeah.
Oh, for those who don't know, Cool Elf, later on, DangerZone changed to a music mention.
Yep.
Yeah, Cool Elf is there working with Unatseke, First Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one who mixes and masters, and then Unatseke, First Coast is the beat maker.
Yeah.
The other one is the producer.
Music
Shout out
mention.
Tamsian.
Music mention.
Music mention, Goku. I'm not sure because
Does it still exist though?
it does exist, but the last time I checked,
First
First Coast was working.
Okay. Because it's been a while.
There's a spanner at West Lake.
Yeah.
Because in Tagalog,
You have to.
I met Mchita. So, Nipai DangerZone.
Yeah.
Those days.
Mm.
You spoke about the fallout. What happened with fallout? It's early in the game. Chasing in the fallout, and release a faculty.
I think choosing the word the fallout was because I wouldn't call it a fallout. It was just people looking at things differently and all that, and then feel like, you know what, I've done my part here. Let me look at other things. But remember, when we're at DangerZone, funny thing is this. When people are talking about beefs and all these other things,
Your favorite
they
thing.
always think that this thing started when started being part of Rvlin Clique or being alone as an artist. This thing started way back because I remember that time where this big beef, man, with Master Touch, with a guy MT. It was so bad. It was so bad that I don't know if Odo will want me to tell the story, but where he was.
Shout out to Ja.
Where he was, these other guys they had shop, right? He was there to buy something apparently, and then they were standing outside the door, and then they were like, "Come here. This is what you said on that track." And then you need to. Because remember, MT. Exactly. That wasn't the only. Now that wasn't the only situation. Another situation before that, prior to that, we had a situation at All in Wise.
Yeah.
Where at that time he was Digital Sunday. So when that situation happened, so remember, most of the guys that were from Kailicha, they were recording a DangerZone, the likes of Pizzo.
So we gave birth to these niggas.
You can say so, but yeah, maybe they don't think that, maybe that's not what they would think of, but honestly speaking, because they were sleeping at DangerZone, like on Kazi, but they were sleeping at DangerZone, waking up and recording and all that, but that was later on. But the likes of Kailicha, because they were from Kailicha, and also they were moving with us at that time.
Yeah.
So there was a time where they nearly clapped him because apparently he was in a cypher and then he was dissing MT in a cypher, and then it spilled to something else. They wanted to kick Maklosen too because Maklosen was also part of the whole entourage. DangerZone and actually record there.
DangerZone was big.
It was. At that time, I don't think we understood exactly what we had. I don't think we understood exactly what we had. Like the people that were there on the label, it only registered to us later on. I would say so.
Be accomplished about.
Yeah. So when that thing happened, and then we had beef with Master Touch and all that, and it got so bad that I remember I was going to remember the person that we were beefing with. These guys are from Philip. I'm from Makaskav. Now these guys, they are from Makaskav. My crew is beefing with people that are staying in the same place that I'm staying. As you would say, in the same hood that I was staying. Now I met these guys like I think it was later. I remember we were always recording. Around 4, maybe 5-ish, until later on 8 o'clock. Yeah. And then I will stay there until 8. Yeah. And then we'll stay there until 8 o'clock, and now we have to go back home. Now remember, at that time, few people had cars, so you have to walk, or they will just walk you halfway, and then you have to walk in order to get to Imakasgavi.
I remember in company, we used to every price in the term. That was the end of the road.
That's it. That's it. Now you have to turn back. Like. So when I got to Makasgavi, I saw these two guys, and then they started approaching me. Remember, at that time, I was wearing these baggy clothes. Because remember hip hop at that time like inspired us to a point that we have these chains, man. You know, fake chains that we have. I had this Superman chain that I had. It was more like it wasn't silver because it has we had brownish stuff. Like, it was brass or something. So I was wearing this thing, and then I had these unit caps, you know, those white unit caps where you just put it on. So I was easily recognizable.
But nah,
so these guys, they saw me and then they approached me. I'm like, fuck. There we go. Now it's getting real because it's no longer about me saying something on a song.
Now we're doing it.
It's about this thing that is happening now. Now these guys, they were like, that's the Kakasi Danger Zone. Remember, MT was rolling with guys that were...
he was old.
Rest in peace to him.
He was old.
But he was rolling with guys that were like...
into gangster.
Damn, man. And then
they were called rude boys.
Yeah. So these guys, they approached me and then they started saying that that's the Kakasi Danger Zone and all that. Like, man, trust me. When the other one, they started like, like you know when someone is trying to put a punch on, and then you just duck and then you run. I ran like shit that day. And then I end up going home. And all that, I tell the guys next day and started laughing about it, but it wasn't a laughing bed. It wasn't a laughing bed. He had a studio.
Do you know he gave birth to in R-Block?
R-Block, I know. Because DC, they started. But that was after the whole beef thing.
Yeah.
Because when DC was actually part of the group, the whole beef thing just ended. Oh. It just ended. I think it was just a few months.
I think the time when they recorded DangerZone. The time with DC, no
MQP. Because MQP was in DangerZone, MQP, until he felt like a DangerZone. He wasn't appreciated because everyone said that. And then he ended up.
They were recording Abako video. He was a DJ. They recorded at the time. MQP, the time. Waphela Sheka no PV Black.
Yeah.
Being
the only artist now
because that time kaloku zazifuna undifaka ezinto DC. ODC babecuma celebrity. They only thought apekazi they are the only ones who can write. So ndifika kubo ndibhase rap, they're like, no, this shit is written by someone else. I'm like, nah nigga, I wrote this shit.
Why do I think that Romero was actually speaking something that was written by someone else? Like?
Never.
I'm joking, man.
So
I'm joking, yeah.
So later on, that was not the only time. You've been involved with beefs.
Yeah,
it reminds me of any line, but you're gonna get to it. So compose when you get to it. Okay. And we need to speak about that first. Yeah. We really need to speak about it.
Okay.
So
nandisakule line yakho sukela from ke ngoku sengile DangerZone. What's next from a DangerZone?
Okay. After DangerZone, I don't think I was away from DangerZone for the longest time because
remember was for like 3 years or so.
Yeah, I think it was more than that, probably 4 to 5.
5 years, yeah.
Now, I wouldn't say why DangerZone decided to go, but I don't think maybe I would appreciate whatever it is that I'm doing. So I'm not going to put that on record because that situation. That's the situation. So after the whole situation that happened at DangerZone, the group which was in Dirty Angels at that time, because we had about 2 groups as before now. There was this other kid. Apparently, when all those left the group and ended up joining forces with me, and then we end up doing a group, They were in another group called the Rough Dogs, like with these other kids from Mo 20. Now they had a beef with those kids. Now we have the other kids. The other we're inheriting a beef. That was, but the thing is, but then that also ended. So now when we moved from DangerZone, now it was around the same time where, remember, I already had ties with guys from Kailitch, which was the likes of Pizzo. But the person I was too close to, Kakulu Matic.
I wanted to go there before.
Yeah, but it's
we're gonna go back. It's fine.
Okay. So Matic was the one I was too close to. So whatever it is what I was doing, most of the time I was doing it at Kailitch. Even when it comes to his shows, I was always like at Kailitch. Because now I had more ties like undecided.
2011 and 12 like Clash.
Yeah, I think it was around the same time.
Now Spaza is booming.
Yeah, it was around the same time when people. No, when was the album Miss Uganda released? It was released around 2000 and. Was it 2000? No, man.
2009, 10.
2008. It was in 2008. I think.
Can't be 2008.
No, it was 2008 because I was still in high school. Remember, I made high school in 2008. No, wait, Melz. Reason why? No, wait, Melz. The reason why I'm saying 2008. Let me tell you why. I'm saying.
Unless later on.
Wait, let me tell you why I'm saying 2008. Because I still remember Usanzolo giving me CDs to actually sell at school.
So the school
and at that time it was 2008 because the school in the Pumeni or 2008. The message in the trick I'm 2008.
Okay.
Then 2009. That's when I was out of school.
I remember the album. Sometimes was correct but the album there it Pumas and Indo.
But then
unless it
so means so Lucas when you look at so mean look at Sam. Yeah. No. Okay. So in terms of when that album was released, I was still in my trick at that time because I still remember I was at that time. No, I was a Kailitch. Yeah, which means remember. No, it can't be later on, Melz. Let me tell you why I'm saying it. Let me tell you why, because I was selling it at school. At that time. Yeah. Because I still remember. The reason why I remember correctly simply because there was a time whereby in a village place, the one it's a figure. All Zabs, they went there, and then there was other guys. There was also this other group called Assalti Fantali, which was from Italy. So those guys, they had this collaboration they had with the Zabs. I think from UNICEF being being the kids. So. There was it was around the same time. So we kind of dropped that album while Tina were busy having that project with the Assalti Fandali no Zabs. Then this is we kind of dropped. That was around 2008, early 2008. I think it was around May, March. Early, no. Trust me, Melz. I know what I'm talking about because I know I was still at school when that happens. Because the reason why I know that simply because a guy, I think rest in peace to him, Musamora apparently passed away. There's a guy called Samora before Snatemba. He wasn't even
Samora the biker.
Yeah, he wasn't even.
He was his best friend.
The guy that passed away. Yeah. So Usamora, he was the one. He wasn't even involved in music at that time. But he was the one who came to us. I was still in my trick at that time. I still remember. He came to a class and like, guys, kufuna abantu that are making music. Philippi Village. Apparently, because it was the artists and at that time we didn't know that those Zabs now. Yes, at that time we only knew that there was a group. That's why coming. Also, these other few groups that were from the Netherlands. Because those guys, this is the Italy zone, and then there are people from Netherlands that are coming to actually like fund this whole project that's happening. That was 2008 because I'm still in high school. So, is we going to drop the album? Go May going to June. That's when we're going to drop the album. I started selling the album in around July, when it dropped, because already I recorded. If I didn't record January, I recorded the year before, and then the album was dropped.
Which is
the first verse.
Okay, you're gonna carry on. Matic now and Sans Hall. Now is clear. Now the comment section, please.
It was 2008.
I'm convinced.
I'm not dispute.
Because I remember my timeline. I remember my timeline correctly. Yeah, I just 2008 because I remember.
But that time,
no, there's the reason why I'm saying
Clique
this. No, I know,
And
Clique
Clique
is. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I knew that it was my final year in high school.
Always.
So it can't be another year besides
again, things
Clique.
happen, but yes, sometimes, especially the time, Indo comes later on. Yeah. That's why that time we used to appreciate music because baphume album e1 nanimamele lo album
Sihlafuni, sinhlanhlathe.
ngoku namhlanje kuphume le ingoma ngomzathu another yabona.
That's why I'm saying
it's possible that to Tetinyane because
Yeah.
I remember the album. That's not man like that's not us.
and we're in the same class as
Yeah, naga
So IV. That's the most bonus affiliate getting now.
most people didn't know.
Yes, Puma, Balo, what did you find out what's a feeling? Puma, fuck him, man. As soon as I raise the cast. Who affiliated the match
Only to
find out
this is dope,
yeah, but it's still local.
Possible IV.
Which one was it still there?
I fuck IV.
Do you know about yabo lamjito siliba senge information in it? Do you know njengoba ukhala ngeKhayelitsha only to find out them niggas were made mostly niggas were made by DangerZone, which is a cool music mention now. Pizzo was there,
Which is always crazy. I always say the reason why I'm saying this is crazy simply because at that time, Pizzo Abongile, rest in peace to him, because now why Lambita Clan, the guy will have one of Lambita Clan, it was Pizzo Abongile, Umetic, Umakosin, no broken cause. But the thing is, there was a time we talked about Master Blaster or something somewhere around it. So they had this name, these weird names they had before that. Pizzo has always been Pizzo, and he's like, yeah.
Shout out to you, Pizzo, for being real.
Yeah, he has always been that, like, because I think it's because it's incorporated with Kamalake and Senim. I think so. Yeah, that's how I knew Pizzo and all that. Like. So we met. I feel like the reason why I'm Nanomatic we got along so well. It was because of Umetic didn't mind asking for information. Even though Umetic doesn't know you that much, but he's always accommodating. So he asked questions like. So this is what happened. Let me tell you this.
That's why
let me tell you that story. This is how it happened. Remember, at that time, there's Uleano. Most of the people were using Fruit Loops, right?
Yeah.
To actually make beats.
Yeah.
At DangerZone, the thing that was being used was Rvlin. Rvlin was the thing that was used at DangerZone. At that time, we were using Rvlin at DangerZone.
I understand what but the thing is, that time, bruh, Rvlin.
Bruh, get out of here. We've been using Rvlin way before anyone else. So remember, at that time, while everyone was using. Huh?
I'm not sure about the Marshall.
Yeah, we didn't know. I think Marshall maybe. But the thing is, I still maintain this. I still say that the DangerZone was one of the people that were using Rvlin way before anyone else. Because it was advocating for Rvlin. Prior to Fruit Loops was there. But the thing is that remember we're talking Fruit Loops 2 here.
Yeah.
3. We're not talking Fruit Loops 9. We're talking 2, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. But the thing is,
after 7.
people, it was 4 and 5 going on.
6. I was 6 and
No, people. They did use it, but
Because 7.
I think maybe the company itself kind of like
Pusher is, yeah.
So at that time, that was Fruit Loops 2. We're talking about 3. And then at that time, and then this whole thing is strong high. And then this whole thing is strong high. DangerZone, the Master Touch. Prior to that, it was more like that begin back situation where Udamsiana were empty prior to the fallout. So everyone inherited the beef.
Yeah, you have to, bro.
We inherited the beef. That was not. This thing didn't have anything to do with us, but we had to inherit the beef simply because and all that. So now, what are we talking about before we get to that?
ngoba yilanto
Oh, emblematic.
yeah
Ukhalaza yena ngenantsika yakho.
evesi yakho
Evesi ba uzange
sabe setha ngalanto ngoba esithi matric wena wamfundisa
Yeah, then
ulanto
that's all figure land automatic to cut.
Oh, talking about i-verse kaleno kaNotsho ne. Remember me going to Ileno, going to a college and perform corner most of the time. I perform gigs and perform. I was still doing something with the DangerZone, which is all we had in almost on dim low. As Nazo, the way Kalenoka, yo Zabs, that I have featured we mixtape here, yeah, all in wise. No, that was not like Undimlo was not. It was like a banger of some sort now. But the thing, we otherwise volume 1 or volume 2.
Yeah.
We had two tracks.
I think all in was
Yeah, it was the same. It wasn't the same. No, must pamuga about taste. That was
come on, dog.
I feel like using one every time I'm talking about the all in wise, right, guys? Every time, once I'm talking about once in telling all in wise, there's a lot to unpack when it comes to all in wise now. I always say about do you know youngster? Youngster when he got introduced. He didn't perform all in wise. Everyone was performing. But when he got introduced, I got introduced to him over a Hype magazine. But not only that, there were artists from Cape Town also as a Palawa besides Youngster. But Youngster, I knew him because he had this this Taliban scarf.
Yeah.
And then these shades and all that. That was the first track I Youngster Palawa. But the reason why I'm naming Youngster is because of the consistency and also longevity. Like, too much. Because that's what around 2000. That was around 2006, 2007. And if we're still talking about Youngster even now 2002, then what does that tell you about an artist?
2023, bro.
This is 2023, like for sure. But because we just started the thing. We just started the So the reason I'm naming 2022 is because which is like, but yeah, 2023. If we're still talking about the same artist Nangola, that's consistency, that's longevity, that's something else.
Too much.
It's just too much.
And Biam Capella, in these many years, he had time to ask as a reinvent.
Yeah.
Because there's a song that I know 2 minutes.
What have you done?
What
Have you done, my brother? I don't know that song. That song.
It sounds like Kanye.
It does. And you don't, there's not that colored accent. And you know that was him. I think after that joint, that's when he started like, he started embracing.
I'm not sure if it's Stogie, but I think Stogie told him, but bro, you need to be true to yourself. You have a unique accent.
Yeah, for sure.
Use that accent.
That's something that's gonna give you a bond between you and your people.
But
because remember,
people only contemplate.
But then remember this, like there was AKA who was also colored, but most colored oaks went as attached to AKA as they were to Youngster. Because Youngster had that thing. Remember, Youngster was still talking about accent, we're still talking about him being able to he was making songs that are mocking colors, but at the same time, he's giving back to that. It's like, it's more like
mocking, it's actually it's fixing them.
Yeah, it's fixing them. I would say that it's fixing them, and also in a way that even though they are making jokes, even at the same time they relate to that.
Yeah.
They can't also relate to, so they didn't relate that much to AKA, but they relate to Youngster. But the longevity to Youngster is just something else now. It's just something else. Okay.
So Nikla mixtape.
Yes, say all otherwise.
Yeah,
and then we are doing Dim Low, and then this other song called what was the name of the song? It had this. It had this Dim Gucha no lose. But lose at that time, I feel like he was starting to.
Okay.
Also shy away from the. But the thing is, well, we know most of the time, but lose was. We still there. Is it DangerZone? Like it's still. No, face goes. There's nowhere like to be found. Right? You call back.
Making beats.
And also I. And
Luz,
let me tell you why.
I think I can't picture you making.
Remember we're using Rvlin up. So Ucha was the one who was full on it. Like who was making like the beat. But remember just see I was the one who was making beats. prior to, and then Nayela was making beats because he learned that from Tamsian.
I think
Now-
he tells us what
Yeah, Pakutamsian, we make sure Pakuya.
I say about
Yeah, right. Which I going to send Pala is like when go up because which was next door. So for Yela Pala, I mean, no mama by yas about related as well. And that time on Biko, no. What does say? I'm not slow. That's why I told you come and slow. Like this couching. That's why.
It's couching. It's couching.
I'm
talking different places. It's couching. Singapore because my family is that side.
Yeah, okay, they want
Yeah, so it's different sides.
What I see and I heard is slow tonight, but Sakaris, I think it was only a matter of Unyaga, they never I don't know. I can't like but those things, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is this, which was the one while Lapa, he is the Waimona resident producer.
Yeah.
Because he was the one.
That's how you doing shit.
Exactly. So that's he was the one who was making beats and then Uchana was also making beats.
If I get Ucha, you ain't doing shit.
So Ucha was making most of our beats.
Okay.
I don't want to lie. And then Uluz started learning how to do beats too, and I started learning how to make beats too. Now, when Matic came through, remember I'm telling you, when Matic came through, remember I'm telling you, Matic, like, we got close because I feel like it was a waste. Cool. I feel like, and at that time, Nama was just that type of person. So Matic did find it easy to speak with me. Yeah,
this person.
for sure. But I'm still humble though. But the thing is, just that it depends on the situation.
Nigga, you ain't humble.
Even Omatic is not that humble. Like it's crazy. When people are talking about someone who's humble, it's like let me give you this. It's like talking about someone who's quiet, but that person is not quiet, but it's just that when he doesn't know you, he doesn't talk to you.
Yeah.
So you would think that person is quiet. Unless that person comes and talk to me, then
the only difference
they open up.
Now, I'm always ready to go. When you are able to
reserve
yourself,
and don't read the
but
situation.
When shit hit, when push comes to shove, my nigga, we the same.
Yeah, we probably
the same.
We probably the same.
The shit you've been through.
That's why every time when he's talking too much, I'm always keeping quiet. And I think on Mushabaya, don't lie. There was this other guy. We had L&A Godsend Productions. With them, where we talking about catalyst. I was talking like you would remember him. Catalyst was talking too much. Remember, I was the one who was talking too much until got there, and then now every time something like that happens, when someone was talking,
I just learned that.
I just decided to chill.
I just learned that.
And then I will
learn. I was that person, but we are dead. Motherfucker, let's go. I'll challenge you.
Yeah, for sure.
But now I'm like,
when someone comes and then they tell
this
you,
nigga told me this.
like,
relax.
yeah, for sure. Like, you don't have to lie.
Relax.
You don't have to. And I'm
glad
you did that now because the things doesn't read some of the situations. It's always like ready to go. Sometimes you can't be ready to go, bro. Before you're ready to go, assess the situation first. Exactly.
Ready to go
come on right now. Come on. Free green light all the time, man. Nigga, chill. Red light is there. You can crash, man. I know. On a jump robot. So it's crazy. Oh, where were we?
Carry on.
Where were we?
Do your thing.
So we're speaking about Matic. So that's when me and Matic got close. So when he started making beats, remember Matic was always with Opizo, but he was with me when it comes to like most of the time. Yeah, because he was part of Ilamite clan, so he was a vocalist for Ilamite clan before Uzwikani, because Matic ended up being a vocalist. We already know the whole situation. So he was a part of Ilamite clan, which is Umakhoseni, Upizo, Abongile, Ulendo, Matic, no broken cause. So no broken cause. So we must swap Islam is number more and all that. You already know about the situation because he was the one who were there. If we know the girl don't know liter food, we even know we know broken cause. Yeah, we know the girl don't know liter, which was that you know liter I tell us some more. We met no liter that day where Upis I was trying to like get we do no liter and no liter. Apparently, we thought like the other guy was like boyfriend, so we end up not getting close that much. Like, I remember I think people still remember this. That chick was wearing boots with well, actually that day we were there. I'm not gonna mention the chick now because she's married, so I'm not gonna mention her. We were there to check a girlfriend which was the chick in Tranga at that time. But the thing is, we met no later. On our way back. No, remember that time we just met Lolita. Upizo rapped about someone out there. It wasn't, that track wasn't about someone who Upizo see agui. Upizo met Lolita. As far as Islam is among broken cause, but I don't know. Lolita, I don't know if we will.
Chorus.
No, I don't know. But I think when it comes to a situation, because remember, there are a lot of songs that were written while we were there. But the thing is, as far as Lolita, I would think that Upizo wrote the track because remember, Broken Cause wasn't there when we met Lolita. Because it was me, Ozi, Upizo. No, I think the album was but there was 4 of us.
But why did he fall behind?
I wouldn't say okay. Ucha. I wouldn't say Ozi fell behind. I think with him, he was still doing music, but he didn't associate themselves with the same people of Belém. So he ended up wanting to be with Kona for ixesha elide. So much that akafuna interact. So now being the person that I am, I like to interact with people. I don't care about Dibana when I'm trying, but I interact because I want to know how did you get to this point that you are. But yeah, he wasn't that curious. I feel like I'm curious.
Oh, there is Baba's Coppola Sabuzans as well.
Fuck him. He didn't say that. Funny thing, I don't think because we're coming back from this chick I was dating. So when we passed by and then we saw this chick. We were because so spaces one song is that, so that's how close we got. That's why maybe Numatic it was easy for me Numatic land. So Numatic I was just showing him Ilian. This is what you do, this is what you do. So I wouldn't take credit. I taught him how to do beats.
But he's giving you the credit.
But he does that, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, he is. But I just told you, this is what you do. But the thing is, Matic became this monstrous producer.
Monster.
Whew. And then that's when, the first person who met him to give beats to was me. Simply because of
it's homage, bro. That's how niggas
because the thing is that's how close we are to each other. And anyway, that's when like the whole thing. Because Ukalaziva was so PE. I remember the first time. The first song, no, I don't, bro. Honestly speaking, the first song, the only song I know, we didn't. But the only song I know from Ukalaziva, Lewa ends 18 years old, figure like. To be honest, he's not the type of artist that I would listen to, like, because he's not. The thing is, because yeah, you could say so, yeah.
I told you, me and you are the same, nigga. But the thing is,
so when he first got to 18 years old, he did this song, which I feel like everyone liked, which is I did like the hook,
I think we are talking this guy go shy.
That's why I see the lines. I wouldn't know because I wouldn't know simply because I didn't listen to it because I was like, nah. So, but the first song he did was this song. This song I sang about Lungisa or something now. Because remember that song. Remember that song like he inspires the artists that I kept out, which is Opizo, like the Spaza versions at that time. So now he got inspired by that. So, but you could still feel like I say bye. Like we
but lendlela contracting ngayo chorus lendlela contracting ngayo ingoma yayilendlela yalapha yayimameleka
still feel like he feel because at that time I remember the beat ayithi Kenelo ngubani nguTamsiyana noPhizo and yazinabana he beat to actually make the beat because remember this is the person uMkazibo came with this other guy ehlaphi at town and Koshwa ehlaphi town and go somewhere and then but Ukazi I forgot the Kamala, but that was a long time ago. You figure it's tonight, but the thing is, he's talkative. He ended up being talkative so much that when he got here, Cape Town, didn't know anyone. He met with that guy somewhere, which I don't know, maybe he will tell his story and then end up being at DangerZone. The way I don't know how he got there. This guy, apparently. And then end up befriending people from DangerZone. Because this is how, let me tell you something about DangerZone. Let me tell you something about his setup as at DangerZone. This is how the setup, this is how crazy the setup was at DangerZone. Let me tell you something. At DangerZone, you could just get them as a guy. Because I remember we saw so many chicks there. There was this chick from Fake, Rastafarian, who decided to stay at DangerZone. We didn't even know him. And then they ended up, no, I won't say anything. That's their problem. So No, Mels, no, we didn't. Like, so, no, we didn't. Like, no, man, we didn't. Like, but your chicks know it. Like, I wouldn't know. Man. No, I wouldn't know. No, I wouldn't do it. Like, because I'm like, yeah. So, but wait, guys. And then this is how the whole setup. This is how the setup was. DangerZone. It was this house. This is how big the house was. It started there, maybe by the gate, and then all the way back, going back there. There was a studio, there was a kitchen, there was a lounge, there was a bedroom.
It's more like
yeah. Oh. And then there is still a setback, still you can just go and chill, if you want to sleep. Yeah. That's how DangerZone was set up.
Yeah, which means it's good for
for the whole environment. So now when I hear Orlando, for example, give an example of areas when they talk about they took niggas in and then that's the thing we're doing. Did that before then. So everything is when you can just come there. Ungaziwa. Like akhomba ukwaziyo.
Yeah. Relax.
Udecide uhlala let's say uhamba nomuntu thile then ufike nihlala eCouchini. You can just decide not to leave DangerZone for 3 days. As long as DangerZone you are smoking weed yakho la chilling and then you are selling then we are dala at that time because you are feel because you want to be welcome and then trust me DangerZone they will let you sit there but unless you break the rule that's Squabiland then that's where the problem is because remember now
who broke the rule?
What doesn't know the rule?
Utamsiana doesn't take shit from anyone. Utamsiana calls on Msilo. He was like, Utamsiana, I always say Utamsiana, he's hot-headed now. Once Utamsiana doesn't like something now, trust me, you will feel like he's gonna beat you right now. I don't know Utamsiana before better about record. Utamsiana was more like a Suge Knight now or some sort. I honestly said so. Utamsiana was more like a Suge Knight. Utamsiana, he was like, it's either you do this. The only person that was getting his sticker cool when it comes to that was Uter. Because Uter I didn't rehearse lines like I will go there because remember again the guy. So ufika Bude, Utamsiana will let you put once put you hear him beating it tough like not just you already know that's why every time Uter will record and the brand Puma out, you try lounge. You game because I know very well what's going to happen there. I don't want
a game station.
We used it was you. The other time where the
game production company.
It was a proper production company, but it's a look scene. That's the thing. But the thing is, going to I'm going to lounge. Not the island. Bro, we saw a lot of stories. Bro, let me show you stories. We saw a lot of stories, but I'm not going to mention some of the names.
Don't mention.
No, there was a story whereby some people, like let's say for instance, in Japan, right? Because like say going to eat and then and the full process of PT once you PT because he and poor. So and then these guys, I think there was 5 guys, they came, started knocking, and then we looked, okay, and then we told them, say, people knocking, and then, no, hopefully. On to find out they came to grab this other guy who was also an artist there. Like, because this guy supposed to be so now remember that time we were still young, still in high school. This whole thing of as my family that man. So I'm trying to they end up living with him, and then that's how crazy it was. Now DangerZone, you hear all type of stories. DangerZone as well as this kind of PlayStation. With knock, okay, knock. Which one? Girlfriend, because remember there are guys from around this class. Your girlfriend cleaned the panel, we shared dinner because this guy came to play PlayStation and I'm being so and I'm going to try on because so all those kinds of stories, brother. It was crazy like that.
It's proper production now.
It was. But the thing is, we also had dodgy people that you feel like this motherfucker. He just got here, but damn, nah, man, nah. And I'm like, guy, and then and this is how fucked up the situation is because remember now, you just met a guy and then this guy told you because you know in spaces in here, you're bound to get someone.
Yeah, manipulate the system.
I said, nah, man, no, this one can't stay here for too long. And then funny thing is, you get guys who are decent, you get guys who are like, there's a problem. There's a problem here. So the DangerZone was so welcoming like that. They welcome almost everyone.
So nowadays DangerZone combinations of Puma genre hip hop, you find out about police.
Yeah. The piano hub. The piano hub.
No, it's not piano happy.
Oh, okay. Non something.
Whatever it is.
Okay.
That I balance on the way. I painted a picture. I found exactly
how we used to
doing it way back.
Way back.
Exactly. And that was 2006.
Of which is last year after lockdown.
Okay, Freddy saw clarity as well.
No, I saw small because a lot happened there. I think I can tell you crazy stories about, but we can't because we have to move.
Invisible virus. Why did it come about?
You gotta laugh at this because before Invisible Virus, I had this other name that I hated, especially iPhone. But then apparently even the girls love that name. Like. I don't wanna lie, the girls love that name. The one that Nalo before Invisible Virus. Invisible Virus came later on. I had this name LUV or something like. I named myself. I don't even know what it is. So imagine, bro. Because remember, so I end up taking it. I don't even know why.
Oh yeah.
It was
yeah, it makes sense.
But it was corny though. So now imagine this. I had that name and then everyone knew that name. Even the summer, because the summer we had performances in the summer was there was this group, summer was in Jazamatam or something. I don't know if it comes on, but that's in the quiet occasion. So every time.
Oh, yeah.
As
it shows Ganansika, Balunchi was rest in peace.
I still remember them. I think I still remember them. I forgot to week. Oh. So
it was good.
So those guys, they were doing it quiet. So every time, that guy doesn't know Samora. So as Samora, we started going there to perform because of how Samora could perform. And
what English at the time?
I was writing 80%. It was 90% English, 10% Xhosa.
Which was English.
Because remember, I was inspired. Remember, I was writing, which is the same thing.
Oh, but that was changed.
Because I was writing. Because I've been like that's the thing. I've been like that. So I've never been to a point whereby the only verse that I wrote is Xhosa. Like it was also like which is I wrote 80% Xhosa and then 20%. 80% Xhosa, 20% was English. I would say so. Yeah. But then before then and then this whole thing, like, if you knew how we.
Who wrote the chorus?
It was a collective effort. Because I still remember.
Just say.
She just came and then we said like she came from the church, like which was crazy. She came from church, and then she said that okay, we said no, this is how the hook is gonna go, and then we started rehearsing with her. Most of the tracks we had on the album Rvlin Clique, with that Godson project. It was most of the verses we wrote the hook ourselves, and then these girls will come and then we'll practice with them, and then that's how the whole track will come through. But we start writing ourselves, and then but they will contribute only the voices, and then we start writing the hooks.
Of anything of before.
Which is from
DangerZone.
Okay, because before the year figure airline, the last part I have to address is this.
Adblock.
No, I mentioned Adblock because Adblock
before you.
Yeah, before Rvlin Clique, yeah. We had I was in Kailisha, right? So I was doing a song with his tracks, No Test. These other guys, he undecided, which is on the album. I did Unoche. And then but there are some songs we did with them. Like, same thing as because we did an album with those Habs in Asante Fandan. There are songs we did there on that album. Like, pretty, I'm strong. No Zulu Boy. Also Zulu Boy. Yeah, Zulu Boy. Yeah, Zulu Boy was also like. So we did have songs like with them, but the thing is, some of them. But
what let's go.
Imagine. So we did that, and then after the whole thing went all the way, I think it was when. DangerZone, that's when music mentions started to come into being. That's when I started linking up with because remember Unuche started buying equipment for studio. Unuche came about after 2000, I think 2009. We started in 2010. 2010.
But 2010 already.
Yeah, at that time. But remember, I was in a group. I wasn't part of a group Adblock. Yeah. I was just that guy that would come through and then I would do it tracks with the Adblock because of affiliation. Because me, you're not to say we vibing because of Exactly.
Yeah. And then before we carry on,
and they were still in the same school.
That time you are moving no Nansik, you are moving no Sbu.
Usbuda, yeah, Usbuda la. Cause Usbuda, you know what's crazy about Usbuda? You know what's crazy about Usbuda is the fact that Usbuda
I mentioned
was not
in the podcast about if Mekteto Ganyindo, you would be part of financing top 5 here. The nigga can write.
Yeah.
The nigga can speak.
Which is crazy because Usbuda wasn't a big hip hop fan. It's crazy that he started rapping, but remember, Usbuda was there at DangerZone. Usbuda was there at DangerZone when this other guy told Abongile like we started being umfundisi umjidela. But they were there at DangerZone. Usbuda saw what we were doing at DangerZone. But he was that guy, you know that guy that would just come. The guy that would just come as to the couching, and then he will look what everyone else is doing, and then he start writing, and then he will start being on the mic. So he was that guy who's Buddha.
I remember
he wasn't even. It's all about exposure. The beat that was done by Upizo.
That song was
That beat lands on
It was done by Upizo's exposure. Like, it was
that song.
man, everyone was screaming that track like crazy, brother. Before, because the program Takusta, the essence events are going away. This guy in a restaurant Kusta who used to do events like they used to do. Forgot the name of the events, but they were tours around the Kailicha and other hoods.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I would land
exposure. You think there was one woman on Sky, one from my, and then there was nothing half of it. There was one woman
It was on the same beat.
Yeah, the one you recorded was with Inantegi R Club. Not mistaken. That's fit.
No, I did both of them. I recorded because this is one in Nosbuda, which was the album we album Rvlin Clique who got signed. And then there's the R Block, which was
Assassins.
yeah.
Labs.
But the same beat. Yeah, because it was a remix. That was a remix.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there was the original,
so,
which was
that's my song.
exactly because and also remember the song. The guys from Akaili singing they wanted to jump in the track, but the thing is I couldn't do that. I was like, no, it was my track. Because remember this is my track. I was like, no. Exactly. And also the best thing of me not shouting out Philip. Remember guys, at that time when I was doing that song, like, I had to stick to the concept of Unoche and all that. Maybe I could have mentioned Philly at that time, but remember, but remember you're giving 8 bars to actually say whatever. Pa was trying to talk about youth being able to being exactly. I was trying to the youth being able to come together and make this thing, which is this is how good it is and all that. This is how good we are when we are a collective coming from these different hoods. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say, Palawe. I couldn't mention because I feel like at that time it wasn't something that was on my mind that I should be saying this. Yeah. But I decided to do that verse the way I decided to do it. But then I came back from Philly, which is we do all about exposure and also these other songs that we did and all that.
Rvlin Clique yawo ubuchile ba iqale ngoba unqusha athenge ilando equipment ba okay sithi nayo ufuna urecorda bathini so unqusha ibe ngumuntu wolando oqala like ucinga ngalewe yoba okay makenze lewe yakhe nengonaza 1 by 1 ize njani.
Okay. Remember, DangerZone say change to music mention by the time the land so yeah, you will come and then access everything, everything, and then like okay. But the thing is, remember when Unucha was starting to buy these things, like I was spending time at DangerZone, but I was spending time with him and these guys and and then we just write. But still, remember, all labs R Block, they were recording at that time. Uwara was the one. Arwara was the one. Yeah, Arwara was the one who was recording. Because if you remember the first track I hear Rvlin Clique, we did music for the grown-ups. There's this song called R Block, which is Pagwar, music for the grown-ups. That song, music for the grown-ups, when we did it, brother, it was you know when you've been doing songs, ne? You've been doing songs. I don't think we knew the direction that we wanted to take with Rvlin Clique, ne? But it so happens that when we did music for the grown-ups, everything was clear.
Yeah.
We're like, you know what? Because I remember Uhlai at that time liked common sense kakul. And most of us were into that conscious type of land.
Yeah.
So it got to a point where we're like, you know what? This song is more like a blueprint of what we
Yeah.
What's to come? Exactly. Then that's when we started doing these other songs. But most of the songs that we're doing, we're very close to what music, the direction that music for the grown-ups,
Yeah.
was taking and all that. So we're taking that direction. Like we're not conscious about it, but then it so happens that way. And then what I did abapambukeli, the song before Ule Usondla Kubawo, there was abapambukeli.
You signed already.
No, we're not signed this. We're not signed yet because CI hasn't come to the picture. So we did abapambukeli. Wara did. Remember, Usenazi studio already. Then he would just say, yeah, because Wara ended up coming that side now.
Okay.
He stopped like doing music up. We might send the but he ended up saying, you know, because we constantly doing the music like, every day. And then we got to a point where there was this chick called what's her name? What's the name of this chick?
Yeah. I'm so happy noise.
I forgot the name, but he was our vocalist most of the time, like, before everyone else comes through, like playing for But this other girl, like Andy, so he played All in Wise. It was towards the end of All in Wise, when All in Wise was on his last breath. Yeah, it was when like the chick started. So we started performing with her. But then this is what happens. When we were doing all these songs, Wara started doing. Remember, Wara never wanted to be part of any song, like. But then we made him do a hook, He's the one who did the hook, and then it sounded so sweet. That was before Son Lagbao, but like the track was what was close to Son Lagbao.
Yeah.
When it comes to doing
like
more, that is sonically it's around the same land. Then. We after Abapambukeli, I think Uson Lagbao was done 4 or 5 months after Abapambukeli, but then there were other songs prior to that.
In between.
Uson Lagbao was like the two or three last tracks that were done before the album was finished. So Uson Lagbao came later. When Ulanu Black Scientist did, he sampled No Woman No Cry. And then we end up like doing the track, which is a song.
Scientist.
Exactly. So we're taking, but I think Uwara was the one who were with as a producer when it comes to Ilari.
So he was more
producing like the whole album.
Oh, he's a beast.
Yeah. So Ungucho was the one who was hustling e-performances, meeting with people, because remember Ungucho was also part of the group that was championing Orlando what's this? The way Maneza, where you beats, where you send beats, where you guys.
Oh yeah.
Find host, creative database. Sorry, man. Creative database. Where Onguche all the
database here, the Lord.
Yeah. So Onguche was part of that.
Yeah.
So now. When
No
he's talking with the
Maneza,
performances, he knows which people to go to, and then that's when we're like getting these performances. But my problem now became this: we are good when it comes to writing songs. Me, Septa, Luhla, Unguche is not much on a writing. Like, he was only in because I feel like that was his forte. What he was able to write. He was on other songs too, but that was the songs that I'm talking about. I feel like that's where he thought, okay, I can write this at least. But there was 3 of us now. Ulhla, Receptor, Nam. Now this is what happened. This is what happens. We know how to write these songs. We are able to write songs because we know how good we are. And one thing I liked about the Rvlin Clique was the fact that we can choose a concept, but how we attack that concept is going to be different. Even though we're speaking the same thing, but what we are saying on that song is quite different from someone who's listening, but we are saying the same thing. We are taking the same concept the same way, but what we are saying, because the thing is we're different in styles. So it shows. Now, the problem was performing.
Yeah.
I've said to Amash that was one of the most frustrating things I've ever dealt with when it comes to a group. Now we are able to write songs. We know how good we are. Trust me, bro. I even felt like we're good than Intramanskab when it comes to our writings. Like when it comes to even when I remember me and Louise, we went to El Nino, Eguletu. Because Wiz, I think one was Talandazo plugins or anything, but I couldn't do it. So I ended up rolling with him. Why demand El Nino? Because at that time, Tremaska was also working with Wiz when it comes to SBPs. So now when Elino started playing Uson Lagbao. Remember, it was a time they were preparing to record Rvlin.
So it's later.
Yep, because Rvlin dropped after Uson Lagbao.
Yeah.
And Elino loved Uson Lagbao. That crazy because he started playing. Yep. Yeah. So now remember this now.
Gems.
Yeah. Now remember this. All these groups like Naked Mind, 3 Months Cup,
Undecided.
these guys can perform. Backyard.
Yeah.
These guys can perform. Like when they're on stage, they tear shit up.
Yeah.
Now, most frustrating. Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, the most frustrating thing is this. I know how good we are when it comes to writing and all, but my problem is that we can't perform for shit. We awkward as fuck when it comes to his stage. Bruh. We were rehearsing, but the problem is that once we get on stage, I don't know this thing that's holding us back. After the performance, I was even frustrated. Imagine like, bruh, what's the fuck is going on? It's like we are detached from a crowd.
Yeah.
Now it's like a crowd will only rock with us because they know these songs, but we are not able to bring a crowd in. That was my problem because you get all these other groups. Because I remember that time Terrified Host was also hosting his shows, Goma Robertson.
Yeah.
And then we'll go there. But now when it comes to performing there, remember, Naked Maneza Ziwa already when it comes to this.
Yeah.
Now, as much as the best as individuals, but they don't know the group. Now the problem is this now. When we get there, we are not able to communicate with the crowd in a way that we are supposed to. But the thing is, we start noticing that the beats that we are choosing to actually perform and all that, they are also holding us back. Because it's good when it's a song. It's here, you are listening to it. You're like, damn, this is nice. But now, when it comes to seeing these people that are performing it, you don't get the same experience. Then that's when I was like, that's where the frustration was. And we're like, no, man. Like, I even said, imagine, Braz, what more can we do? Because right now, but the problem is this now. The only one of the nicest performances that I feel like we gave was when we were going to Ipexter. We had performances at Ipexter. And then we're able to, but then we're directed by certain people on how to perform. And then, but the thing is,
that's the rest of
exactly, but then who did the beat? That's why we went to Big Wiz. No, man, guys, I feel like we need certain beats here.
Yeah.
And then everything kind of worked the way we wanted to. But the thing is now, how we do them now on top of these beats is quite different because we did Umbulelo. We did it on another beat before we did it. But look how it turned out, bruh. And then we took Jason and then we put him on a track because Jason was a vocalist. He was rocking that shit. And then we put him because now remember, we knew that we don't have what 3 Months Cup had.
When it comes to performances.
Because those niggas' energy is just crazy. We don't have what Naked Mind has when it comes to energy. Madness, and then you have all Pro X. And then Pizzo has been good when it comes to performance. Even prior to my Naked Mind years, Pizzo, I knew that when Pizzo is good. So the only thing that could work for us now, what I said to Martin, and then I feel like something else. No, we're gonna rap, but at the same time, let's just take this nigga, this R&B nigga here, to grab the crowd first. And then that shit worked out, and then by the time the performer, trust me, shit began. I'm like, you know what? We needed this, man. We needed this.
To be honest, when I'm dark, this nigga's journey is too long. And this nigga's got stories for days.
Yeah.
Now we need to get to the juicy parts. Niggas are here for the juicy parts. Niggas want to. I'm not here for your Rvlin Clique.
Yeah.
I here for Mr. Listen.
Mr.
Ivy.
Crazy.
Kamnandi, he gave us a nice intro.
It's any other things for me.
Oh, Ivy will start up. What do you say? I'm some Petlisha no I undercooked
or I've cat.
Sifike Baxter Yan. Yeah, they're champion in the niggas.
because this nigga is from Philly, so you gotta
And this
represent
nigga
us like
keep us,
crazy, man.
but you spec bars, you figure with, let's get a packet, let's get Kawash go.
Yeah, before we leave,
before we leave,
we
that.
like this nigga's ready.
Yeah, he's gonna win this. Trust me. And it's like, you know what?
Nah, you like, I'm gonna kill you. Yamazu, be prepared. What's that? Do I cow? Don't. I still remember, bro. This nigga gets there, he's like, listen. Listen. Hey, this nigga.
I'm sure he was pissed. I'm sure he was pissed as well.
Listen.
I'm sure he was pissed. I think that was the second one.
Second, yeah, because we're flawless. Where's Ulandu Rafke?
What did Badlish? What I knew. How we gonna bring him to the car? Listen.
Yeah, well, Uluze Landuga yake
Mojo.
Yeah. La way you think ngayo okay, mhlawumbe ngoba rehearse bantu qala so indeed. Go uqala ngendlela ngokuyakubhida ngo.
You know what's crazy?
Kwaye kwathini mfethu pha kwaye kwathini.
Let me just tell you what happened. You know what's crazy, ne? I feel like remember what we're talking about here. It's my first battle like with camera, right? And then you have all these crowds. Because we used to battle with ciphers. Now to see we used to battle all the time as kids. We used to do that now. But remember as kids, like most of the time we like just ourselves, like just doing whatever it is what we're doing. And it was more of a freestyle. We weren't writing anything down. So yeah. Now remember, this is my first battle. Judging by what I watched with battles like, I thought I got everything to the T. That's what at least that's what I thought. But now, you know what? Another problem that I feel like another mistake that I made is this: I spent more time being a student or Wheezy instead of going
rehearsing.
And then I thought to myself, remember, I thought that you know what, I'm gonna be good because of remember a day I would just rehearse a day. And then it didn't happen. Then I would go to Whistler just to because of the thing I wanted to know what niggas are doing when it comes to music. Whistler still staying up alive at that time, so I still wanted to know what niggas are doing. Remember, I didn't finish what I was doing, which was rehearsal. But the thing I'm gonna do it tomorrow. So good, man. Then cool. Then I'm again try and drill and didn't extend. Then I'm paying the Whistler.
I got it.
Again. So I was like, I'm good. I'm actually gonna like fuck him up when it comes to this. Exactly. I knew at some point. My nigga, dude. What happened? How did it get to a point that I like, no, I think me and Ukawa were going back and forth on Facebook. Remember that time there was a Head Warmers page? Yeah. We're going...
shit happened.
Yeah, that's me.
A lot of shit that was happening there. Like, there was a lot of shit
that's
that was
happening.
Honestly. There was a lot of shit that was happening. We had Warmers page. So much that a lot of beefs started there. Like, most people there, like, that's why I'm saying even there, maybe since the house, hopefully we... Okay, man, yeah. But it started there. There's a reason why it got to a point that it got, but yeah. So with me on Ularu Rafket, I thought that I was prepared. I think being in the first battle, like, and also being like after Upudile, and then you can't get hang off the lines up. And then there's a crowd that's going. Remember, there's everything that's going in at one time. This is live.
Yeah.
You don't have time to actually say, I'm cutting this and I'm going to do it another day. I don't know, but I'm honestly speaking, I feel like I started feeling like Whitney Houston. Is it her that says listen? Who's saying listen? Oh, that's Beyonce. That's Beyonce. I started feeling like Beyonce.
So now my nigga, you get a rematch.
Yeah. No,
Papa.
push rate.
Oh, push rate.
Oh, something Kabelo no aid.
Now there's no Nancy. It's not class. Now there's no Nancy. There's no audience. There's no nothing.
And then there were about 7 that night. There were about 7 members. What's one movement?
Yeah, but you won.
I was the only one who was there. The niggas was 7 of them. I was only one.
Where was she?
No, the niggas couldn't be there because apparently they were busy with their own thing. So I knew that. But the thing is, I like the fact that in studio there was only the presenters. And then there was us.
Yeah.
For sure.
But now
it wasn't that. I feel like that propelled me Okay,
It
to the
did
next.
not propel you.
To the
The
next.
line that everybody focused on, that Hobson line,
Which one?
the Oprah line. That's a Hobson line, man.
Oh, the one who Kawe pointed out.
We all pointed it out.
But then,
But I was quiet. I was like, that, my nigga, I can't say shit.
but then remember, he didn't say it's a Hobson line. Ukawa said that it was said by someone with Perula.
No, that's a Hobson line.
No, wait. He said that it was said by someone with Perula.
Talking shit.
And then I went, no, look. I went. Yes,
Talking about Oprah.
You never win free.
You know,
Yeah.
win free because Oprah win free, whatever.
Okay.
So
That's a Hobson line.
So remember, wait, bro. Wait, Ukawa
Listen.
said.
Listen.
Wait. Ukawa said
Waiting
it
now.
was
We
said
don't
by
know listening.
it was said by someone with Perula.
I lied.
But look, I went and checked the Perula. It's true. Someone said with Perula too. Now imagine there's 3 people that said that line. There's Hobson, Omazio, and there's Kao Omaz. I don't know, but and then there's me. Now, if there's 3 people that said line
It's a common line.
Exactly. Now, because I've heard a lot of common lines with hip hop. I'm not saying okay, maybe someone didn't hear it from somewhere to it hard. But the thing is, if I'm thinking of something and I end up saying it and then what does that say? It doesn't mean that I took it from someone else, but the thing is going the way you're constructing a point. If you can construct it the same way, then chances are you took it from someone because it can't be the same way. Trust me. Whenever Oprah and Winfrey, it might be the same, but constructing the line going there prior to that, then the construction of a line, then it proves that you got it somewhere. But it's unfortunate that I can't remember what exactly I said the line before you fell on free line.
But I would like to my nigga. But I would lean more to Hobson the way it was said.
And when in Hobson, I wasn't a fan of him that
You don't give a
fuck. I only listened to Hobson. I remember I only listened to Hobson when I was introduced to him track the Bible or something like God.
Oh,
that's when I got. I think I got introduced. I think I got introduced later on. I got introduced. It's more like a movie. So like for instance, or Game of Thrones. I only introduced Game of Thrones later on. That's when I was like, okay, let me go. But the thing is, I couldn't keep up because there were a lot of them. Same thing as Hobson. I only got introduced that the Bible. That's when I got introduced. That's when I got introduced to him. But I've never really listened to him because I felt like it was a copy of Eminem most of the time. So I don't listen to artists now that I feel like.
Because you track rap
yeah, there are tracks. Yeah, for sure.
99%.
In mind about Eminem, but
in mind is different to go Eminem.
Local in mind, therefore,
the more he progresses, he becomes himself.
Yeah.
But when it comes to when it comes to making music,
but
you give Godson produces himself. To show that
Take 9 and produce, Take 9.
But he produces himself.
Take 9 produce.
Okay.
How many songs?
Mostly album yake like
it's not madness. The album he produces all the songs himself. The album you can hear even the beats good rare.
The only thing sorry brother, the only thing Hobson like the time I started listening to Hobson was the group funk volume.
Shit.
It's
not a group. Funk volume is
a movement.
It's a movement.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was a group. That's why I'm saying I got introduced to Hobson later on.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying.
Because we don't know about.
No, I didn't. Honestly speaking, bro, I didn't know Hobson before then.
But now, the way the line was constructed, the team, I leaned more.
Hobson.
I'm not saying by now why call,
but I'm sure bakola abanye
yeah.
Honestly, it was the thing the way you mentioned I forgot bang man the rapper
and Ivy we are coming no aya no nantsika no gatang biza igama when he died by nantsika when he was bodied chopped up, put in the body back in pieces.
When he came for me, I was like,
motherfucker, you already dead. Why are you coming to me for? Yeah, but those were the fun times, gonna say.
It was. Oh, we also had we had an argument. It was a debate where he was talking about the Perils being part of the reason why he kept hip hop here, and I'm like, no. No, I told him, look, e-pedals were something that wanted to revive it while we couldn't see that it's dying. Like, it wasn't what exactly. It wasn't. We couldn't feel like we're getting there. But I feel like we wanted to be like. We wanted to be like we didn't want it to be like the flat line. We wanted it to be like exact. So we didn't want that. So hence we had to introduce the pedals and all that because that's what they kept everyone excited and all that. So you were saying, bro?
As a M4M doesn't swim pedals are cool.
No, they went. No, I'm joking. They went. I'm joking. They went.
Before we got there, I want to speak this truth. And I'm not speaking
before funa nje uclarify uba lesa siye kuyo Long Street part M4M.
M4M bells were fucked up.
Yeah, le apho kwakhona manje eDurban this is Cape Town.
M4M was fire.
Oh, okay.
Was fire.
Wangekho power.
I only came late.
There was tension.
Signal. No,
the Green Panther, Prosper, Slime. Uslam. That time I'm Muslim. Then we like to not say they are long to see life.
Oh, that kid, what's his name? Then we born a football.
First pedal.
Oh, it was. Oh, okay.
I'm
no, Maneza.
Oh, I'm not saying.
Oh, it's not the same one. Okay, I thought.
So now you do a track, man. It's a big wizzy track.
Oh,
it's a big wizzy classic.
I knew that's where you're going.
Fake friends, bruh. To be honest, for me, music.
I wrote the best verse ever.
My man, for me, that verse is probably your best verse ever. And probably it's up there with top 10
one of the best verses I've ever wrote.
When
it comes to like
hip hop scene.
Yeah, for
you can even put it up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Hip
I've
hop.
forgotten why Yamanjan, but yeah.
My issue is this.
Concept.
The concept, personally, I'm not the only one. You are not there.
Let me tell you why. I've always corrected people when they are saying this. Let me tell you why.
Talk about fake friends.
Let me tell you why. The song was Fake Friends, brackets, Rivals. What does rival mean?
Okay.
What does rival mean? You can't be focused because now what I was running away from when I was writing that verse, I was running away from the fact that everyone acted about fake friends because remember, Mark was talking about fake friends, and if that's how they kind of sounded similar, even though they were not, even though the flow was kind of different. But if me in the head again, exactly. So with me, remember, I'm coming from Rvlin Clique, whereby we can choose the same concept, but the way we are taking is different. So I was applying the same mentality.
So
when it comes
to focused on
rivals, exactly. Was that was like fake friends, brackets, rivals. That's what the friend was. That's what the song was saying.
But you went hard,
so in naked minds were your rivals.
Yeah, because we are in the same vicinity. Like we are doing exactly.
Yeah. Competition. Yeah.
Told me
those guys.
A little birdie told me that verse I played.
I did cut it.
Why?
Because it was too long, simply because I just figured out must be no in the Kakula.
No.
So I had to cut it.
You don't pass.
Kutwa, when you cut it, what you cut?
Because
there was too much shit being said.
No, that's not true. I cut it because I been the Kakulas new verses now, and then it got to a point whereby if you in the Kakula, then that means now it like is about dead, and it was actually meant to be there. So I end up cutting it end because being the Kakula. If that was the case, if there's new lines bar in us they could have been taken out now. They could have been taken out. It's been long. Yeah.
I've been dropping lines way before you snitches do.
Exactly. I've been dropping names way before you snitches do.
Yeah,
because remember, hip hop is competitive.
Yeah.
Hip hop has always been competitive. So I don't understand someone. That's why I always say this, bro. That's why I always say this. I don't get someone. Usually, the people that are catching feelings when it comes to that situation, It's people that are biased and then they like certain people. The minute that person is being mentioned, and then now they feel a certain way. Simply because they don't like the fact that you say, because otherwise if you said it about someone else, they wouldn't have that problem. But because you said it, so they won't like it. Hip hop has always been competitive. If you feel like someone said something going go and we are And you know what's worse is the fact that the track, when I dropped it, even the likes of Vegeta and Kawa, they actually had a problem with me dropping that verse, the way I drop on a corner, because they they did. Remember, Head Omas, that's where it was all happening. I remember them exchanging messages, like right there with Head Omas, where they were like, rather we will go peddlers than if you pedal trekking and all that. I said, go, I get what you guys are saying now. We can go to peddlers again, because remember, the only pedal that they knew of Yam, Liam, no Rafket. So they thought it was me taking a shot. Remember, Urafket, why going to Bagula verses? I'm mentioning that verse. So if I mention alone, why do you think now
we can bury it?
I'm learning because if I wanted
to pass guns.
Exactly. Because I was talking about I was learning because I remember even though we didn't get along at first, it's most of the time Urajesh, even when it's fire taking love verse and then putting it to Head Woman's page, and everyone was like, no one writes like this. I came down and I knew at that time this is about Palala way better when it comes to this. But remember this I'm a rapper too. So if someone is saying motherfucker, no one exactly, that's how the whole thing was. But then I feel like that's why I'm saying, okay, so to correct that thing, Yoba, if I say I'm like, no, it wasn't, because Bragues was rivals.
If you up,
it will stay that way.
Because
for sure, which is
so now
not even the case now.
I'm just gonna find up into abantu zakho.
Yeah, for sure.
Dog, you went hard, Kunansik.
Which one is it? The whole thing, like because I don't think like but again what things since
people want to
there was a situation where there was this guy from PE guy one. I was friends with, and then he came from PE. He bought a beat from UX. There's this guy from X. I don't know if he still exists. He was a producer. No Green Pen. He has a PE.
Oh, was a PE. Not PE. Not UX. UX Likaka, no Shaka.
No. We have a PE. That's what I'm so every group, I forgot the name of their group now. But the guy made a beat. He hasn't got my M4M that beat was made by X for Mna Nobano Kaiwan. Kaiwan came with a beat. And then I sent some cash and then we went half up and then came the beat. Then there's a thingy beat. And then Mbagogo after
that time exclusive.
No, you just bought it, that's it. At that time you knew that you just bought it yeah, for sure. Yeah. At that time there were no technicalities. You knew that you bought a beat, that's it. So what happened was I was about to do remix all about exposure again. And then Abanyabandu, besides going R Block, because before R Block I was supposed to do it in Abanyabandu. That's why I was saying as artists jump in that track, which is all about exposure. But then but the thing is, when I gave Ubong's CD, I gave him with Ines Nye beats. So but the second beat was I told him straight with Ulen Ubongs. I told him straight Ulen Ubongs. Look, the beat is all about exposure. You do know it. Second beat. The nigga had a nerve to take the whole thing. I coupled it with PC, which is how I understand it. And then he took the beat. And then what started going on. Imagine that. You decided I told him straight, but this is the beat. And go remember. Also, even if I didn't tell him, I said, okay, you can't take a beat or if it doesn't make sense. Exactly. It doesn't make sense. You can't do that. So this nigga took the beat and then they went on to do the Now there's MellzDaGodd and then they are rapping and then the song, apparently the song, most people love the song. But my problem is that
That's my beat.
That's my beat. You can't be doing a song with a beat of. I felt like these guys are disrespecting me as Mboni. That's how I felt. That's how I felt like.
Now, why you sing?
Let me tell you why I single out Ubuntu. Now we are in a squabble still, whereby we are supposed to talk about how you gonna pay for this now, because okay, this beat it's a brand year, but you have to pay for it because I paid for this beat like in the local one. Now you have to pay for this beat. These niggas, they gave me a run around for too long. Ubuntu, by the time because I remember at that time we Baxter, we actor. So time I don't know what he was doing with them, manager or something, but they drove from there and then they came up to actually sort out this thing a bit. After years, Spila to heal and so head Omar's page. Now my problem is that the way this guy kept on still Ubuntu, Leng wants totally quiet, but Leng Ubuntu the way they no before the Nico get head, but but Leng Ubuntu I could tell man the disrespect that comes from him. It's like he doesn't see anything wrong with what these guys have done, and the way even they engage on call, he doesn't see anything wrong. I don't know it's because they are in the presence of this guy. Now he feels like Ken. Exactly. That's where the problem began. When you start doing that, I'm like, I have a problem with you then. Because everyone thought that I was, remember that thing I said about him sitting down while performing and all that? It was just part of what he did. Prior to that, I was in Fulela, we were performing there. But I could tell, when you have some problem with someone, and then right now everyone is. But the thing is, it wasn't even that, but it was just something I had to mention with and we distract. But it stemmed from that. Seeing him disrespecting me the way he did, even though they felt like they didn't do anything wrong. That was my problem, especially him. He felt like they didn't do anything wrong, or he felt like they were the one who were better to actually speak. I'm like, nigga, you're not even half of what I am when it comes to lyrical, and then you think that what you guys did here just because everyone loves this song, and then you think all of a sudden that you. I'm like, nah, man. Take accountability. That's all
that matters.
As much as you are paying, but at the same time, take accountability that you are wrong for doing this. That's it. Don't act like I'm the one who's being unreasonable here. That's where the problem. That's where the problem was. And then I had
beat selection here, reflect track. And war is a beast. War is a beast. And I don't understand what changed the way.
That has been detected. No, I think it's because it was used. It was used. Remember now I was going to have a copyright or something because that thing is apparently it was.
I think I have
No, it have us. So now I have the copyright for that now. So I can't be using that. Remember now we started registering our songs. So that means now I will have to, for sure. So I had to be the one that's actually there.
Okay, now I get it.
Yeah,
so now the response comes. How do you feel?
Honestly, that's why I'm saying I didn't listen to the whole song. I just listened. That's why when he was mentioning those lines, I was like, oh, there were lines like that. I didn't listen to the whole song that much. I just when the song, but the thing is, I feel like I was going. I feel like I was going. Sorry, bro. I feel like I was going to respond, but after my client, no, let me respond. I was like, okay.
I still don't understand to this day. We good, we great, we still good. I don't know for how long. Spaza kids.
Weird. They are weird. Don't say that as last name. Weird.
What happens is, you don't disrespect Itramanska. You don't disrespect Udla.
Yeah.
You just say, Bana.
I just mentioned him because they are the ones, right?
Yeah. You fucking pole dancer. They are using him as a pole.
Yeah, for sure.
To lean on.
Yeah.
You fucking pole dancer. That's fucking hard.
Yeah, for sure.
No homo. That's hard. But now the nigga comes and responds.
But then I don't blame him for doing that. Remember, I said if your man wants to respond, he can call. No. Besides that, but I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't.
When you said.
It was gloves off, like you can just like gloves off.
I understand, but You said he can respond, but I didn't understand why would I respond.
I think he just wanted to be part of something.
But he had an opportunity.
But I was stopped. But you know who stopped me? Ne? Oh, because remember, while we were doing what we were doing, we are also having friendships with people, certain people. So we were too close now. So he was like, guys, no, man, I don't like what you guys do.
Yeah, okay.
So I was like, bruh, trust me, I wanted to go. You know when you go low, like the low, the lowest.
The shit you know.
Low, and the shit I know. And I was going to involve even some people that I was going. Then that's when I got him by the way back. Man, like, no, those guys don't do that. I was like, no, man, I'm not gonna want to do this. Let me
So now it happens. Anytime it happens.
I was writing already, like I was.
So anytime it happens, you read.
I think I would just say something else. I don't think I would like poke the same way I would like.
But the hardest part was the way Ulaways had flipped it. Ulaways, Big Wiz took the beat, sampled the beat.
The same beat. Like,
It
was crazy.
Yes, most of the people don't hear the sample.
And they don't. But the thing is how he did it and all that. That was crazy.
The thing is, Yazi, brah, I keep on saying this. Yazi, we need to have a conference as Spaza. And have events as Spaza be present. They need
actually
to be
educated. Let me tell you something, Fras, that I feel like okay, since we are speaking on Spaza and how what happened like when it comes to hip hop as a Cape Town. Now what I felt like happened when it comes to us as a whole is the fact that I felt like we built a ceiling. We built there's this ceiling that we built.
Limit.
Yeah, we limited ourselves. It's like, let me give you an example. It's like a because up and then everyone figure out trust me this. Why you take some I feel like the reason why okay, maybe will interpret this differently. So what invalidator amajida aqale lendo, which is abantu abaqale lendo bayibeyilento iyo ngoku. This is how I feel about the OGs sometimes. I feel like the OGs dadinga i-favors kwezilight izintsha zikhoyo. They wanna be close kwezilight ukuba criticize i-peers zazo. Lento enginyanzekanga ba criticize i-peers zazo. Because you can't trust me this, brother. Just because you want a favor from a kid who's popping, don't go and then invalidate omnye who did something. Because trust me, bruh, how hard can it be? It's really hard for an artist to actually get music out there. But what these guys did or what we did at that time, it kind of made sense to everyone. Whereby started USB and let's say Bluetooth, and then this song, and at that time social media wasn't that big. We're busy like sending these songs to each other. But the thing is going with the problem is the fact that you can't take a face image to a face in an ingom. Because remember now you don't know these people. Unlike Ngo with social media, whereby you know exactly. Exactly. People who produce nice songs. So there was this thing Maneza, which is the guy from Crossroad, Maneza. And then there's Maneza, which is when there was a confusion and all that. Exactly. So all I'm saying is this. Now you have to exactly. So all I'm saying is this. When some of the OGs wanted a favor from these new kids and then they wanted to cause this conflict between, it's like this thing and so on when it comes to social media, when it comes to women and men, whereby women feel like we're at war with them. We're not at war with them, but the thing is, they always feel like it's the same thing that happened when it comes to the OGs. There's new OGs because they want a favor from these new guys. Now they go and they're like, you know what? These guys, like, they always criticize you guys. I'm like, my guy, come on. I was trying to like denounce whatever these guys did just because you want a favor from these guys. Trust me, what these new school guys did. You know what these new school guys did? Like the life of this kid. You see this kid, Tom Bravo. The reason why I'm clapping for that kid, let me tell you why. That kid didn't build any ceiling around him. He knew that he can go as far as he chooses to go. And he distanced himself from the politics. And then decided to do something for himself, which is good. I don't mind him doing that for himself because he knew that this is what he needs to do. I remember when I had Irregular Light, before I even know about Bravo, ingoma ethanga along street or something like. I was like, exactly.
I always
exactly.
Because he speaks to the people.
Exactly. And also, what that kid did is that he decided, you know what, I'm not going to create any ceiling around him now. Because the only thing was at that time. This is what I'm saying. We built
but
ceiling.
We are building.
We're building, but the thing is, we are unaware of some things.
Yeah.
But the thing is, nowadays, you can just research anything and then you can be able to get it and then you can be able to go the next step.
Yeah.
But now, what? That's our problem was the fact that when I'm saying we build this ceiling on top of us is the fact that you were like, you know what? If I can get here, then
Okay.
damn,
I'm cool.
I'm the shit. If I go to Joburg and actually do this, damn, I'm the shit. That's where I feel like our problem. If I go to Head Homers, if I go to even we playlist Head Homers, damn, I've made it.
Yeah.
That's where the problem was.
It was not a problem.
No, I'm just saying it became a problem. It's brother.
No.
But at that time, I'm not. No, also, let me tell you why I'm saying.
I'll hold you. I was sitting there. When they go, because like
Bafuni favors,
but take a
Ngabanye.
by invalidated, if like they didn't.
That I can agree with you. But when I cannot sit here and let you say, Bana, Laweba, it was not a milestone. We sold ourselves short. We didn't. What mattered at that time is get your music.
As long as everyone hears you now.
Get your music across to almost everyone. John Kwanzela Head Homers Head Homers was able to attack the man's cap and Nora text to propel them to a national stage and international. Yeah, but international. You understand? So that was not selling ourselves short in that
No, I think
it was our limit.
Yeah.
Now these kids they have internet. Internet is endless, bro.
Yeah, for sure. You can be heard by someone from the other country.
We didn't sell ourselves, bruh. For it, must have not a text to get to in and say a Joburg. That means they didn't sell themselves short because there are niggas that said Joburg. Who never made it to national TV, to national radio.
Even to this day. You
understand?
I get
so
you.
we didn't sell ourselves short, but it was, bruh, I'm pissed off. Guess like is 7 say Yakalit Zazu. Compare it, which is fucking unfair.
No,
because that time,
okay, sure.
that time, the only way to succeed was radio.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
had to go through.
You had to. No, you had to. You said Head Homers was a shit.
There was no money involved.
Even going to e-performances now, you have to willing yourself, like you transport yourself.
There was no money
at the same time because you wanna perform where everyone else is performing.
Again, I still said when you tell them that, that's why it's a minute. That's how it's a mixtape. It's about free for him to walk. What is Spaza? Yeah, because I think we focused on money more than banner. So to build the brand. You build your brand, and then later on
money comes in.
Ask money.
That's where.
So we fucked up.
Sometimes you don't even go chase for sponsors. Sponsors come
to
like,
you. If your buzz is big,
I see what you're doing.
But we're trying to do that. You understand? Actually, yes, in a connect, which if we make Lumtulo free, we make this music free, we distribute.
Yeah, for sure.
Free. They download it for free. CDC host to perform. Now we're charging money.
Yeah, for sure. And also
since artists 5 to make an example.
Yeah, for sure.
So go 10 and now about since 500 it's just an example.
Yeah, for sure.
So but like 500 but lunch moto. Sitting moto 100 rand. Then 400 we split amongst each other.
Was he said?
Obviously,
like there's to be some money. But all I'm saying is, bro, the Hoover the Hoover completely like. But all I'm saying is this, like, when we are talking of I feel like we're always waiting on someone to do something, and then we're like, let's jump on that. Someone does something, and then let's jump on that. There's nothing wrong with that, but what's wrong is the mentality of it doesn't feel like I can move from here to any now like, without me being shown what to do. Like. Because what these kids are doing nowadays is that they don't have boundaries. They don't have boundaries. But I understand what propelled them to do that.
Internet.
But all I'm saying is that I understand, bro, you learn as you go. In whatever it is that you do in life, you learn as you go. Because there are things, there are things.
Motherfuckers, monsters is fucking clever.
But the things that you do, like in life in general, like music, but you learn as you go. There are things that you did 5 years ago, like damn, if I knew this 5 years ago, I would be moving different. But the thing is, you didn't know what you know right now. Like, so you have to move away, readjust yourself and say that no, this is how I'm gonna move from now on. And then it will actually work for you, or it might not work for you, but at least you would have learned something from that level. So it makes sense. So all I'm saying, Ibra, is this. No one should ever call out the OGs and say that you guys are bitter because you guys did this. And we propel something.
Everything.
In order for this to happen, now there had to be something that has to be done in order for this to happen. What these kids are doing right now, like it's like the Babeka Island bridge for other people to actually cross that and then actually do something in that square. But now I always feel like when you as an OG, you're trying to invalidate your peers just because you feel like you're feeling these egos of these kids, because these kids are going to think exactly what is it that you're telling them, which is not even true. Which is not even true. It's not, bro. It's not even true.
Most of these niggas,
that's where the problem
is. These youngins, the only thing they have is money. They want
which we didn't have in our time.
But they were never big. Tell me one of them that traveled overseas.
Because if you check,
is there one of them that traveled overseas?
But then maybe that's still gonna happen because now it didn't happen. It didn't happen initially.
I'm just saying. They like all we did is just inspire them. We did a lot than just.
There's a lot, but most artists like they ate out of this.
You fucking paved the way for Unansik who cares but to have Ingoma Father Unansik Balangoma. You are not Justin. You did Khoyapele first.
That's why I'm saying most people the thing is they tend to overlook that because remember when you get to like nowadays with internet you always know like internet like this is how internet operates. If internet hasn't caught on to something, they always look at it from like
let's watch them.
But trust me, when it starts catching fire, two things are gonna happen. It's like it's either they go and criticize it because they feel like it's not or once big or advocate for land, they start jumping on it that this should happen. I'm thinking to myself, bruh, come on. These things we've been doing, bruh, there's nothing new under the sun. We've been doing some of the things prior to internet by existing. But the thing is, just because these things, some of them they weren't documented, people will think that this is something new. You are lying when you are saying this.
National hip hop. Niggas are like, oh, Casper was the first nigga to be independent. No, nigga.
We had exactly motive. We had, but the thing is, remember this
last days forever.
Exactly, last days forever. Remember, there was outrageous records where there were lots of group optical illusions. You had those groups. At Cape Town, you had artists that were there. They were there.
There was hip hop as a South African.
Bruh, I remember when we were doing this thing with Uzabs, we did Asati Fadan. We're in the same stage as Ikodesa, bro. I felt so privileged. Ikodesa was there. I'm like, ooh, this lady, this old lady. That's the thing. Those are the things that you tend to overlook until like no.
But Yazu and Ivy, some niggas don't give a fuck about the shit.
No, they don't.
They're just here to milk.
Yeah, but the thing is, remember, in each and in every like thing that is being done by people, there are always those that are opportunists. Yeah. That just wants to eat from whatever it is. That's like, they don't care about what you guys are building here, as long as it makes money for them. They are cool with that. Trust me. But then you have people that are sweating, bro, to actually make shit happen. Like, but those people, you only find out those people, they are not getting the respect they deserve, or the due they deserve, because there are people like that. Bruh, when we're doing whatever it is we're doing, we had Otakusta, Kailicha, who were doing all these tours. Those people, they are not getting the shout out they get simply because people, they simply forget easily that there are people that made this thing possible. Right now that we are having this podcast, this is something that's being made possible, but people will only recognize this after a year or two. Simply because they feel like there's something. The thing is, most people, they always look at, there's something, I want to be on TV, man. That's the thing for me, is not, I want to be on radio somewhere. But only to find out that radio doesn't appreciate you as much as this.
Yeah.
That's what you get, even when you are having
And
a
of man
girl.
say, well,
You're having a girl somewhere, like, then you feel like, you know what, you see a baby there, like, that's the one. Until you feel later on, damn, that one was holding me down like crazy. It's always like that, man. And then
So
I'm
Ivy,
done with you. I'm not done with you.
Ivy, are you still recording? Kabeli no record.
Yo, guys, I don't want to lie. The last track I recorded was the track, that was,
4 bars.
the one, no.
4 bars. 4 bars.
Did we record? Oh, Pafo Palo, Kamsai. Msai, and then we started shooting a video, but unfortunately the video never came out because apparently Msai had a fallout to do like Pendulo, and it never came out.
Motion video for
So, to be honest, Prangogla and Sabamegaz is in but one thing I always hate about just life in general, I envy, I don't want to lie, I envy Amaji that decided, you know what, I'm gonna do land, even though I have these other problems that I have, but I still, because I love this thing so much, but I'm going to continue to do this. In the same breath, I feel like if I would have, if I would have done that, there are some things that I wouldn't have learned, especially even when it comes to life, even when it comes to bettering myself, when it comes to investing, because I started learning life when, no, I'm not saying when I distanced myself from hip hop, but when I started being interested with music and all that. Like, okay, this is how you move. It doesn't necessarily mean that I wouldn't do, because I just spoke with Matic in the start of December. Look, I think next year we should do something.
Yeah.
And then I think that's probably something that we're going to do as the year goes on, because I still have other things that I'm doing on the side. But I'm not going to commit myself and say that, look, I'm doing an album, because that will be... That would be me, like,
maybe
this for sure. And people will be expecting, some people will be expecting something which maybe I don't deliver, and then it's going to be another thing. Like.
Yeah.
So for now, I might work with Matic, Windows Tiles knows, but I'm not going to promise anyone album or anything. Like, because I need to be in the right state of mind to even be like, because honestly, life-wise, like, I'm good.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I need to be, because the thing is, I can't just go in studio and then write. I need to prepare myself. There has to be something like
that. Because sometimes it's like Google documentary till it I can pal.
Exactly.
Yeah, can you Google movie till man. I can pal.
Yeah, no, it won't. Trust me. And then remember, we are people of the soul, brother.
Yeah,
we are spiritual people. Whereby I'm not saying when I'm writing like I'm in a mode or something, but then when I'm writing, it kind of feels like I'm not the one writing. Like sometimes you even surprise yourself. I remember when, like, you know, when we Rvlin Clique, man, the guys that I was writing with, they were surprising me, bro. Receptor was exceptional, bro. It was like there's this thing that came over him, and then he's writing this verse. There's this thing that came over him, and he's writing this verse. And this verse, bro, I'm thinking to myself, no, man, something touched you before you wrote this verse.
Yeah.
This can't be, bro. That's how I felt about Amaji. Ultra would write a verse, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, you're writing this, but I don't think you know how much this means to someone who's listening, brother. Someone who understands exactly your frame of mind. Exactly, brother. I'm like, guy, how can you write this thing? Like, what was the thought process when I heard this? Like,
we need to go something serious, but not so much serious. You dead and buried. We are connected M4M.
Yeah, it's no longer there now.
Yeah, it was dead and buried.
Yeah, for sure.
Now you had to barely look and pale.
I even forgot about that.
Delft.
I was building at Delft.
Building at Delft.
Yeah.
At Delft, I felt.
I think Nandi called.
No, I felt like you won.
Yeah. I felt that's how I felt too. Honestly, that's how I felt too.
Also, White House,
the White House.
That's
That's how I felt too when it comes to rapping.
Can you post office?
It was a post office, man. Yeah.
I remember. You know what I remember? We had the t-shirts as a feed.
Yeah. And even when I was battling, yeah, for sure.
So there, you went hard as fuck. That's probably good battle as a Cape Town, especially as an M4M.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah. I wanted to battle
Because it was not a
Ule
pushover.
and I wanted to battle Mane kid, the one, the colored kid. I wanted to battle this.
Signal.
I wanted to battle him so bad, bro. After that battle,
Yours.
because I felt like, you know, with Pelika Green Panther, I was good, bro. I don't want to lie. When I wrote, and also I did rehearse a lot.
And
I was
you
good.
fucked it up.
Oh, you could tell.
And I can tell when you sped, when it was time for you to speed. Right,
I was
you had
confident, you see, the
you had
confidence.
the facial expressions.
And you can tell there was no nervousness, man. I was oozing with confidence.
When you are, and what was fun about it, he also had the same confidence. Hence, it was for me. It was a classic. But you had a crowd that was against when.
And it's always crazy when that happens.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't even say the crowd. I would say
no, the crowd. No,
the judges.
The judges. That were,
because it was judged.
Yeah, and that's how I felt. Like the judges, I felt like
if you remember at the end.
Judges.
Okay.
And
it was Madira.
Rajesh.
Was it Rajesh part of the land?
It was part of the.
But then remember, he gave me the win, and then Umadira, he gave me the win, and then Umadira, and this was the third one because I feel like that was Brazuka.
Brazuka.
That's when I was like, that's when I was like, this nigga. I'm thinking to myself, wait, no, X had moments. But I had the whole moment of the whole battle. Like,
this nigga was too personal. He went to
the core, man.
Like,
even him still, even him still.
Yes, what in the X room. What to X? No, I can't get the money. Let's split it.
No. Remember, bro, the money wasn't about who won. The money was gonna be 1,000.
Oh.
It doesn't matter who won. That's why. Later on, I had a problem with all. This is a second.
No, it was not.
This is the second time now I'm having a problem with the M4M once again. I hope I still had. I think that's the reason why I had a problem with Orlando. Ubongs again. Ubongs was supposed to pay. Remember, regardless of what went down with pedal, we are getting paid 1,000. Now I had to even go as far. I retrieve the account because we're speaking with Facebook, we message. This guy had the audacity now not to pay us at all.
No, why too?
I'm the one who ended up, I'm the one who ended up having to force the issue. Like, nigga, you want me to involve a lawyer? If you want me to involve a lawyer, there's nothing wrong. I'm going to involve a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's when he ended up paying my 1K. I don't know if he paid him. And I didn't care at that time. I was like, you know what? As long as I'm paying my money, that's it. Because this is what I felt like was due to me.
Yeah.
And also the battle I felt like was big. But the thing is, remember, the deal wasn't that. The deal was whatever happens, is getting 1,000. But the minute that we are battling now, you're getting this money. They didn't put any banners, but only to find out later on that there was never a sponsor there, but that was for show.
Oh. Okay.
Which was worse. Imagine this, you putting in banners as but the problem is that the show is not even sponsored by that.
Yeah.
Now you are supposed to cover out this money. That's the thing. Exactly, you're supposed to say that, but the thing is, now
200 for transport.
You see, that was easy to say, and you're not gonna have a problem. But you see, that's why I'm always saying, you don't have to put on this thing of I have money and this is how much I'm
facade.
Oh yeah, you don't have to do that because now it's like getting a girl and then you're always splurging when it comes to her. Now that you don't have that now, you expect her to understand even though you're the one who created that impression and all that. It's exactly the same thing because now you're trying to create an impression to someone and then when that person wants that money, now it's unreasonable. Even though you're the one that started this whole thing. So I feel like the contract, the thing with us when we first spoke, Namazda was everyone gets 1,000 rand, nano X, regardless of what happens. That was our agreement. Now Umshida comes back, I can patal X, I can patal him.
Yeah.
I don't know if X did get his money. I don't know if he did get his money. But another way, I make sure, I said, look, do you want me to involve a lawyer the way? Because I feel like Ngogla and Telera, and then it's not going to get to that. And then he ended up sending the man. He ended up sending a man.
Yeah, we like woman.
How?
Onga one was when Jamukala Gum Gav. Now we are coming. You wouldn't nick a
And what was
the money was good.
What was expecting me to do? That's why, look, Melz, ne? That's why Melz, that's why I always Melz, that's why I always say what how?
50 rand.
50 rand. Imagine there were a lot of people there.
Money in and take a score.
Yeah. And that, but the thing is, nothing on is in the nature of TC. Melz, I always felt like Nina, not TC. You are allowing those niggas to think that they can actually get away with some shit simply because Obongs, the reason why I feel Abubu has or colors are Obongs is simply because he believes that we need to do him a favor, even though there was an agreement prior to us going to the show. You can't make an agreement with people and then you make a U-turn and then you expect us to understand. And then remember, like most of the time, I'm not chilling because remember I had this beef with Bona before, so I don't see the point of actually chilling with them. Now they expect you guys to understand, and then they expect me to understand. This is a different story. I came to your show, and then you told me this is how much you gotta give, regardless of what happens. That's what you're supposed to pay.
And the fucked up part was those.
Did they pay you to see?
Nigga, we moved different.
Cause I told, look, the reason why I made UTC they end up paying him because UTC came to me and I inbox. He said, "I beat him like after did that TC we follow him in late sorts because mna." And I didn't whether they paid him or not because after I got my money, I was like, "No what? Let me distance myself from this situation." But then that's why I'm saying, Melz, you allow those guys to actually think that they can actually get away with them because you're cheating. The thing is, remember when you're cheating with someone. Remember, you're chilling with people that don't have your best interest at heart, and then when you guys do have best interest at heart when it comes to them. But they are not into that. But you guys, you think that they are there. I knew from the get-go, brother. That
of which you can say about bad judges of
character. That's the thing. But I've always been, because remember after the whole thing, when we went back and forth about the whole beat thing, that's when I knew that motherfuckers are shady. Even when they took, when Vegeta, they took Vegeta group, they were using Vegeta to actually, because remember Vegeta at that time had so many different base. Why the reason why? First of all, they decided to take the light pin code. Why do you think that? That was after that kid won the competition that was in town. Yes, yeah. I'm telling you, first thing you want about culture vulture. We want to about the vulture. Not culture about the vulture. Trust me. Principles. But remember this kid, why do you think they ended up having to because they feel like and then they will be able to be why? Because they feel like they can benefit from that. Anything that benefits the Majida and then they're able to flourish because they are benefiting, they will join that. I saw these niggas move, their moves. When this whole thing happened, I already knew how they moved and all that. And then it happened. When I went to that battle, I was like, you know what, this nigga, I already knew what I'm going to do him if he doesn't pay me. I already knew.
You just wanted your money.
Exactly, I just wanted my money. Whatever everyone else doesn't get, it doesn't matter to me as long as I got my money. I did get, and I told TC, I feel like that's when TC started pressing Albert money cash. Because now I can't exactly the same thing. It's a pity that I don't have Facebook. Because I did, bro. Because look, and
no lawyers will be involved.
But the thing is, with me, brother, I'm from Gok. Anywhere I go, people always say that I'm difficult to deal with. Let me tell you why they say that I'm difficult to deal with. It's because I question stuff. If I feel like something is not
supposed by you.
Exactly. I make sure I question it. Now, if you have a problem, I'm question I was difficult, even one go difficult because you're so used to people saying yes. That's the problem.
Before we close this shit,
yeah.
You said you wanted to question us. Why do you wanted to fucking ask questions about it?
Did I?
You did.
No, man.
Why
No,
you thought there were questions?
No, there's no questions.
No, I don't think I wanted to question anything, but like. Oh, I wanted to question you. Mels. I was gonna say, Mels. Remember, I think this is something.
I'm gonna question. Or gonna
I think
tell
this,
me.
no, I think this is something that we spoke about like, prior to when I was saying, give me a chance to speak, because I always feel like most of the time when what you do is that you jump before me like because remember this. Remember they don't kind of answer because remember I was driving. Remember, and also it felt like because I was able to learn to answer as questions about like this one. Remember the first time we think like fake friends and this thing is.
Let me put you to speak. The reason why I interject mostly is when niggas lie.
But then, Mels, listen, you have to wait for them to finish it before.
When I can't talk, there was no need for me to interject. The minute I let you finish, talk, I'm wasting people's time. You it's data.
And we don't allow.
Shit. You came clean, you didn't lie, you did everything.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the perfect way to start unyaka.
Yeah, for sure.
Understand?
My nigga, before sivale yabo kasinike nje top 5 yakho ye lyricist apha kweSpaza.
Spaza?
Yeah.
Damn, I don't think
Apha Cape Town.
Oh,
no bezo Spaza. Apha Cape hip hop apha Cape Town.
Yo, I've been so away with hip hop.
Yeah, even way back.
Okay, undecided.
I'll take us undecided.
Undecided.
Oh, I would test. Because we undecided. I like to test no styles, but test. Yeah, I would go for test. We test.
Test.
Number one gangster.
And there was this guy from EDSO called not Malala man. MST. That kid, that guy was. I wouldn't say kid, wasn't but that guy. Whew, he was scorching hot, brother. He had dreads. Before he did EDSO too, there was about 5 or 6 of them, like. Oh, that guy MST, he was fire, bro. Spaza, ne?
Lyricist.
Lyricist, no.
Yeah, lyricist, that's true. Would it be okay if I mention, because what you say I can't mention with
some bees?
No, I can't be like that.
Some bees strong and a symbol, so busy cars.
Okay, cool. That's cool then. So it has Ledo MST. Oh, it's hard to learn with Spaza, and then because honestly, no, Uzanzol. Oh wait, no, because now I'm starting to remember Uzanzol. No particular order, ne?
Yeah. Well, I was still number 1.
Oh, Smithland. Okay, if it's number 1. Okay. Test MST, Zanzolo,
Speeders.
Yeah. Zanzolo, Undlamti. That's 4. The last one. The last one. No, I'm not going. The last one would be fuck. Who's the last one? Because I'm trying to think carefully because I can't just like.
I'm busy.
No, speed. So you have a question.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because I'm trying to think of the last person in no landline. Kid.
Yeah, you can't live.
Yeah, 5.
Kid. Arrange. There is one city about so busy. Philip, then show arrange.
Yeah, that's the thing, boy. I didn't want that. So you'll kid you like the last one.
So now we go fuck
Uzanzolo. Then I'll go for Undlamti. Uzanzolo I'll go because of the fact that Uzanzolo is too versatile. He can just dabble in wherever, and then he's like Undlamti. But Undlamti, the reason why there's a certain bracket that I will put him in, and then he will flourish there.
But why?
But I always Uzanzolo.
No, sense it. Okay.
Because the other 3, because I feel like the other. Oh wait, does it test? No test. I feel like we test. No, but the thing is, I wouldn't say you test to versatile that much because I listened to test when he decided to switch and then do like party songs and all that. I still feel like he's rusty somewhere. So I wouldn't perhaps put him there. Uzanzolo can do that flawlessly.
Uzanzolo keep it.
Then see Undlamti. The reason why I'm saying Undlamti is simply because Undlamti, if Umbera straight to where he's comfortable,
consciously.
Trust me, no one touches him when it comes to that.
But and the pig isn't it? But ehlokuthetha ngayo ne even ubuthatha test
Phenomenal still. But remember
ubuthatha MT
no, MC. No.
Yeah, but ubuthatha kid.
They can still learn.
No, I'll put kid above them all, but it's me.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it's my top 5. So I will go for you. I think also because of the fact that Uzanzolo I've done with Ingoma so much, and I didn't figure actually like it's in the Ingoma and then I'll be like okay. So Uzanzolo, I will go for Undlamtla simply because Undlamtla, when we put him in his land, he's in his bed.
No, when it comes to Undlamtla,
always like he landed out. But because remember, Undlamtla, he doesn't know about it. He doesn't know when Undlamtla, simply because he has tried to double in kwezinye and then he's not. Now, as at the double kuzo, now you are a fan of. So you can't.
You one of the few persons about understand when it comes to
exactly.
They feel like bandam disrespect.
Exactly. Which is
like can't see the brand in a bracket yard and he masters it.
That exactly.
And he masters
exactly. He does. So, okay, let's say Undlamtla, I will put Undlamtla second now because of what he does when you actually put him in his lane and he's actually like ripping everything off. Then you go for a test. That's number 3. But still, it's between test and MST because MST, bro, feeling that nigga. That nigga was, bro, he was scorching hot. But test.
Consistency.
Yeah, because remember, MST stopped and all that, and then test kept going. And then there was, MST, the losers Ukido. Or else I would put Ukido and then MST last now. Because of how. Yeah, in between. Okay. So that's my
just one unorthodox question.
That's what's up, my Nick.
Just 2, if not fucking by 2. By 3 on 3, you have to go Petlish. Who to.
By 2.
No, I know about why by 2.
The position is a tech
team. 3 on 3. Yeah, I was on the channel now. 3 on 3.
Shit. Let me think. DC, obviously, because of how we learn life. I would like anytime, but simply because I felt the reason why I would choose DC Gala. It's simply because I think he has something that I don't have. I feel like when it comes to going to Ipedal and actually decide, what you say, one thing that he does with Ipedal is that DC doesn't focus too much on the flows. He just focuses on whatever it has to say. But I feel like I can actually follow with flows and then end up saying something that's well. And so to say, I'll put him in simple because he will assist on that, something that I don't have, which is he will learn. Then the third person, I would put with pedal. There's not much to go around. I'll put extra green pen because of what he has also. Because I feel like who it in a way he can do it.
When it comes to Berlin, by 3, I'll take you wherever I go. Because I love it's not these songs. These songs. People are creative with these songs.
Yeah, for sure.
Telling you badly.
Just better line and so facing other people.
Yeah, and then I'm part as a substitute. Martin is brutal.
He is brutal, He is brutal.
But he's not witty with it.
No, he's not like that.
And he's not that lyrical. People need to understand he's not lyrical.
He's not lyrical. That's why I'm like, have you? But have you? Yeah, but have you noticed how he? When he writes a verse, he writes the same way he writes when he's doing a song like Swabiland. He's like half of it.
It's flow half a bar.
Yeah.
It was my
low.
Yeah. Go home and listen. My bigger guard, Ipa. Was all I'm up with spaghetti. Then
They're doing that thing a 4-bar build up.
Yeah, there's no build up here.
There's no build up. They just 4-bar. There's no build up. Jansen. It's just a 4-bar.
Punch.
Yeah, for sure.
Punch. There's no build up. And the time niggas understand the niggas. The time of just punching.
I remember. I think Umar Gana probably saw the same thing, which is I saw when it comes to artists. When I think it was Guapel. Who was he? Guapel. I don't know who has got a pedal, and then he texted me on. He texted me on Messenger. Bro, can you write for me? I'm like, okay, like see, I can write that, but I don't think that. No, why the particular Korean?
I had.
So he wanted me to actually like
We also
be part of that. Honestly, I think I was going to write for him, but the thing is, remember, it never happened.
But not we got the message.
You did, no?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
We got the
So it kind of like, I think he knew. I think the thing is, I think he knew.
Koreanda is a different beast.
Yeah, because
that's Facebook yakhumbula but when it comes to Korean, it's a different beast.
He is a different beast, bro. Honestly, the thing is, he has known. There's this song. Look, there's this song. I always say when it comes to this puzzle, there are songs that I would really like. Because I don't listen. The song that I listen to this puzzle and then my album young. I listen to Uzuganda like crazy. Exactly. I listen to Uzuganda like crazy because those guys like what I know Uzuganda what they are saying, even though they are questionable when it comes to track it labor ends in the backyard. When it comes to verses because I feel like not from Uzuganda but from backyard. If verse come no. Like yeah, you can question that because I feel like he was just saying it for the sake of rhyming lie instead of saying what he needed to say. But when it comes to flow, no, I'm saying when it comes to deliver the flow, he was there. But the thing is going to remember. I'm going
to question you finish now.
No. But the thing is remember, even Ufana was good, ne? But remember, brother. No, there was no. I'm saying not black track. Oh, okay, not that track. Not Fanamev.
Everybody has questionable.
Yeah, for sure. Even I do have questionable lines when it comes to land. When it comes, especially back then. Like, but then no. But all I'm saying is this: I feel like, but I don't know before learning the figure.
Then some move always abantu bane questionable lines.
I know, but I think
yeah,
like those type of songs now, you know very well. But I would listen. I would listen to his Uganda. Taken in this past, I would listen to his Uganda because of how undecided on how they usually let it. But even if we undecided, I would choose who to listen to. But most of the time, I would listen to the album how much because of how they were that good. Like, I would listen to that, but then. You get to a point where an artist would, like, especially when it comes to England, you go to England and then they would, like, there were some artists they would lose a sense of direction when it comes to England. Say, halfway through,
but when I blame produce, this is not.
You're not supposed to learn.
Yeah, but you command when
Matic.
No. This is not it.
Yeah, and he wasn't taking no shit. Like, if I feel like, you know what, I feel like now having Ukula at the start of rap, it helped me a lot. Not writing, but when it comes to actually focusing on actually get to land or exit topic and also getting to recording now and all that. Preparing yourself, I'll record like. It kind of like it did something for me because he was the one who was instilling that no, be prepared when you come into his studio. Make sure everything lands smooth. And also having Wiz when it comes to and Matic did his part. One is Matic.
One last time producers
I think the 3 DBs would actually fit. I would go for Uleno. The first one will be. Should I go for particular order or should I just?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, Matic, Wheezy, Ulendo, Kulaf, and then Ulendo, no wait, one Arwar. Damn. Why is your house? Woo, bruh. The thing is, remember what was feed question in the ground, and then you go for Ulendo, and the last one I'll go for Ulendo. No. I'll go for
Big
Wiz. And then I'll go for Ulendo. Matic. No, I think I'll go for Ulendo, man. Ulendo. Pizzo is good. No, Pizzo is like I would even choose him, but I'll do some Pizzo. Yeah, I'll go for much or Tesman. The reason why I would choose Tesman, it's because Kasanga producer, not only beat making now.
Yeah.
But because remember, he also like.
And Tesman is actually what we call.
And remember when he did it,
Tesman
remember when he
does
did it with
different
fake friends?
music.
Remember also when he did it with fake friends? Where he was in the middle and
Those voices, bro.
Man.
My nigga, this is it.
That was
That
was like.
I think this is it, man. Just need Banditi. Thanks, man, for coming.
Yeah.
I'm sure now we have, but there's a lot to unpack.
was quite
No, we
great.
didn't.
I think